What's up, everybody? It's Danny and Parker, and we are Excellent Sound, and we are back here again today.
We are back.
Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
Say what's up, Baker.
How you guys doing?
Show the people. Say what's up, Nick.
Bake's in the back.
Yeah.
Nick with the tiny horns.
Tiny horns. Those were kind of big, Nick.
They were
Little
pretty
offended.
big horns, actually.
We're going to be showing you guys how to make this new track by Quix and Matroda called Lambo, and our remake sounds like this. 2 parts. That's how you fucking do it, folks. We are here. We are back. Super excited to give you guys these free downloads. We got 3 presets free for you guys.
Who gives out 3 presets in a video?
Fucking crazy people.
Fucking
We're fucking nuts.
Are you fucking what?
I don't know. Yeah, so we got 3 free downloads in the description down below. We will have it up for you if you guys are part of our group, Excellent Subs and Wubs. You probably already have them.
Exactly.
Because if you're part of Excellent Subs and Wubs on Facebook, the Facebook group, we give our downloads before we do our actual videos.
You get them early, so you got a sneak peek, so you can work it out.
And if not, that's fine. You can just download it below. We're going to teach you guys all about this drop right here, why it sounds the way it sounds. We're going to make the 3 different sounds, and I'm going to show you guys some of the samples used and how the drop's kind of laid out. So let's get right into it, right?
Let's jump in, guys.
Without further ado, make sure you guys are subscribed if you're on YouTube, like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, or whatever the fuck, Instagram. I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want. But
do all of it. Do all of it. Do what you want.
Do what you will. Or just take our shit and leave. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple elements in this drop I'm going to be showing you guys. The bass sound, we're going to make this sound. It sounds like this. Super heavy, like kind of rhythm bassy. The lead sound, which is kind of one of my favorites. Super cool sound. And then this fat 808, which this is cool. This is a cool 808. I'm super stoked to show you guys. It's super simple how to do. But it's like, if you listen to like Eliminate, who else has like 808s like this?
Hydraulics.
Hydraulics, yeah. Like there's like these 808s are just like. Remember like with a kick?
It's like the Viners, you know? The fucking slammed shelved with music.
But it sounds sick.
Yeah.
Comes through on laptop speakers. And then what we got here is we remade the snare of nice little snare, Quix and Matroda snare. And then of course the kick, which sounds like this. Why is this so tiny? I hate it when it does that.
Fucking tiny horns.
Tiny horns are tight. The kick sounds like this, folks. So what we're going to do is, what we've been doing if you are new here is we also have sample packs available. And what we do is on all our YouTube videos, we remake, we take the samples, and we put them in a future pack that will be coming out. This will be a Volume 4, Signature Series Volume 4.
Yep.
So look for that in the next couple months. We will announce a pack very soon. We got a lot of announcements actually coming up, which I will...
This is going to be a huge signature pack, too.
Yeah, this one's
got a lot of shit in there.
It's already big, and we haven't even announced the pack yet. But yeah, so look for these, the snare and the kick in that. You can have the 808 right here. We're going to give you the preset for it. You can bounce it, use it for whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get right into it. What do you say, Parker?
Let's jump in.
You know what? I should also explain that we're using some of the bits here, some of the fills. It sounds like this, and like this part, or this part. These are just like the end parts. But we really try our best, and I think we do a pretty damn good job, and you guys seem to think so too, to get it exactly close. We're the only people that remake the entire drop.
Yeah, drums and all.
Drums and all, yeah. So hopefully you guys...
It's pretty wild. We have a good time with it.
I think it's really helpful for people to be able to see how a drop just like looks. Like there's really not a lot of elements in this drop. It's like the instruments are really strong and they're standing out by themselves, you know?
Yeah. He's
got really cool fills, and you said they're like remind you of like Tynan fills, right?
Yeah, kind of the Tynan, kind of like machine-y, kind of reversed percussion and stuff.
Yeah, super creative. So let's get in. Let's make this like rhythm bassy thing first. Let's do that.
Let's do that first.
I'm going to make a new MIDI track. I'm going to do Shift-Command-T or Shift-Alt-T if you're on a PC. I'm going to change this shit brown right here. This, God, I hate that.
You don't like that shit brown?
Ableton, change your fucking colors. God damn it.
Were you around when like the shit brown lighters were like the favorite lighters that everybody had?
No, everyone was the green one. Remember the green ones came out? Everyone's like, how'd you get that shit?
Yeah.
I could never find
it was
a big
always
one.
The shit brown ones in like my fucking friend group.
Nobody would touch the white lighter because it was bad luck and satanic.
Yep.
I'm going to load up Serum. Okay, we'll do VSTs. Bam. And like I said, this is in the download description for you guys below, so go ahead and grab that for you. Let's make it big for the folks at home. That's what she said. I'm going to label this bass. And I'll call this bass 2 or whatever. And I'm going to copy down this MIDI. I'm just going to select them both, hold Option or Windows, and click drag down. All right, so first thing we're going to do, this is like a really heavy, just kind of, it reminds me of like a rhythm bass almost.
Yeah.
Right now, let's see how it sounds. Let me turn this thing off. It sounds like this because this is what we always do.
I hope people get as much joy out of that.
I know, we do it every time. Okay, so first things first, let's start with the sub oscillator because that's the way Parker likes it.
Yep.
Is it doing something? It is doing something. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Turn on the sub oscillator, and we're going to use a square wave. Ooh, switch it up there. Yeah. Some of these rhythm basses have like these really, I feel like one of like the Virtual Riot video that we just did recently. What was it? Pray for Rhythm. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I turned off the sub or not, but like I was using a triangle wave instead of like a normal like sine wave.
Yeah. And it really stuck out.
Fucking like this sound is like so. I'm sorry, I just blew fucking ass in the microphone, but it's I don't know. It's something about the texture.
It's a really nice layer.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Parker.
It doesn't have to be a sub.
No, it doesn't have to be a sub. Yeah. It could be a wub.
There you go.
Facebook.
There you go, guys.
Okay. So yeah, square wave. Let's turn the volume all the way down, and we'll come back to that later. Leave it at 0. Next, for oscillator A, we're going to leave this at 0 too for the octave, but we're also going to go to analog, and we're going to go analog BD sine, like so.
Yep.
We're going to do some interesting shit today, actually.
We're going to do some fun stuff.
We're going to turn the random all the way down. We're going to do something that I don't even know what it does. I'm going to just... I don't know what this does, okay? Maybe somebody, I think it's Amplitude Modulate. We're going to use AM from B for the warping. So we're going to go AM from B. Do I have it turned all the way down or is it filtering? Yeah, it's filtering. Okay. Yeah. AM from B, just like so. Perfect. That looks great. Let's hear how that's sounding so far. Can't really hear it. It's just kind of stubby. Okay, so oscillator B. Oh, sorry. Turn down the level all the way. Just like that. I made a little click there to make it more entertaining.
Yeah.
Oscillator B is going to also be analog BD sine. So we'll go to analog BD sine. And wavetable position is going to be all the way up. So what this is doing essentially is this is adding more harmonics to the sine wave. That's why it's kind of not so smooth. So if you were to hear this by itself, it's going to come through a little bit more. I'm also going to set this to 2 octave. Let's hear how it sounds. And then I'm going to turn the volume down because we're going to use this to AM from B. Yeah. Which I think stands for Amplitude Modulate. Nobody fucking knows.
Yeah, and tell us in the comments if you're watching this live.
Tell us in the comments.
Show us, and then we'll shout it out.
I'd really appreciate that. If you could tell me what this thing does.
Might be pulling from.
Doesn't matter. I made it sound cool, right?
Yeah,
just like Carnage.
Sounds great.
Okay, so we're going to set the warping for this one to sync no window and leave it all the way down. Okay, so let's make our first LFO so we can get some interesting sounds. So we're going to make this one kind of like this. This is like a ski jump. We're going to call this a ski jump.
Nice little ski.
Yeah. Also, oh no, this is a spine, like a skateboarding spine, right? Oh yeah, click right here too. Give it one of these things so you can kind of be more controlled. Parker told me to tighten it up. So
yeah, I like to tighten it up.
Parker came in last minute again and fixed the sound.
That's what we do.
And if you guys can check out his Drolo remake he did.
Yeah, we did Drolo last week.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot more... we're going to try to do a lot more different videos, too, for you guys, if you guys are interested in that. We're going to keep it same with remakes and stuff, but if you guys have, like, video ideas that you guys want us to try...
Yeah, shout it out. We love suggestions. We're going to be doing a lot of different stuff. We're going to keep doing the remakes, like you said, but we're going to do a lot more, maybe mixing, tracking, or even mastering stuff. Yeah. Less kind of, direct? Yeah, exactly. Like, kind of more general kind of tutorials, how to help you guys with your production. Or and even fun ideas that you guys have. Like we have a couple ideas which we'll probably be doing. Yeah. But any fun ideas you have for me and Parker or anybody else. Okay, so back to this. Yeah, go ahead and make a spine like so. We're going to set this to trigger and leave it on the quarter. Let's start putting this on some shit. What do you say, Parks? Let's do it. All right, I'm going to put this on the level of oscillator A. I'm going to put it on the warping from A for AM from B. And I'm going to set that to 55. For level, just have it go all the way up. That's fine. Also, I'm going to put it on the sub oscillator. And I'll have that set to 40. Like so. Cool. And then I also have the noise also
activated, and I forgot to tell you guys that. Sorry.
Bright white.
Analog bright white. There it is. Go ahead and turn the pitch. What's the pitch at, Parker? 22%. All right, 22%. Deuce. Level all the way down. And I'm going to put LFO1 on the level, and I'm going to set that to 78s. Sevs 8s. Just like so. That's at where we're at on YouTube, by the way. We're at Sevs 8s almost.
Sev 8 subs.
Sev 9s?
Yep.
Can we get to Sev 9s? Can we get to 8s?
And you guys, just so you know, too, we have our sale going on, Future Bass still. It's still going on.
We still have a couple more left.
Yeah, we wanted to celebrate Sev 5's subs, so we're giving you 25% off.
What?
25%?
What?
25%.
Show that fucking bass.
Yeah,
Banks.
look at that shit.
There it is.
Boom.
25% off real quick.
Yeah, so grab that discount code down below. I believe it's Excellent Sevs 5's 25.
That's the code.
So just add that to your cart, throw it in there, and you got 25% off.
Nice. Let's hear how this is sounding so far. Oh, it's kind of getting there. Cool. All right, so far we got all our LFOs on a lot of stuff on this page. Let's go ahead and I put a little macro on the semitone. You can change this if you want. Go to macro 1 for me. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And I shift Option, or if you're on PC, shift Windows click on this little light right here, and I have it going. But I have it going to 99. I think, Parker.
Which one? The semitones?
Yeah. Yeah, minus 99. And I just named this semi. And then I turned it semi. What else? Oh, it's on other shit too. I forgot.
Yeah, it's on
Oh, it's on sync. Okay, cool. I have it all the way up. And then I also have it on sync, which I forgot. And I put that at 11. 11s. Just like so. So now it should be sounding like this. You could fuck with this and automate this and make it all weird shit. Move it around and shit. Cool. That looks good. Oh, I forgot. Turn down the random on Oscillator B. Make sure that's starting. What the random does is it starts the waveform at the same place every time. I think I'm right. I'm not sure.
I think you're right too.
I like to just say I'm not sure because then I don't look down. All right, so let's get the filter going. So for the filter, what we're going to do is we're going to do a high 12. So normal, high 12, right there. I'm going to turn the drive all the way up. No, I'm not. What am I turning?
Sevs 9s.
Oh, Sevs 9s. Okay, Sevs 9s. Perfect. Just A going to it and the sub. And then we're going to turn the cutoff to 93 hertz. Right there. Cool. And resonance is at 7%. So that doesn't really matter, but I'll do that. Mix knobs all the way up, and fat is all the way down, so this is all the same. Okay, cool. Now let's go ahead and let's put LFO1 on it. So we're going to put LFO1 on the cutoff, and since I already moved the knob, I'm going to shift Option window click it. So it goes, I do that so fast. Shift Option window click.
Shift Option.
I always try
to can't even do it.
Learn your fucking macros. It will really help you.
Oh, yeah, dude, for sure.
100%. Okay, so this is going to be set to 21. Cool. Let's hear how that's sounding.
Oh, now it's starting to take form.
Perfect. Okay, we're also going to put on mono. We're going to make this because this is kind of a mono sound. And then the portamento is up too. I don't know why I did that, but 100 milliseconds.
100.
But it makes a difference, I guess. So that's looking good. I think that's pretty much it for this page, right? I got 9.
Yeah,
5?
we're looking pretty good.
Pretty saucy. Okay. Let's go to the effects. I went ahead and pre-saved these, so I'm going to go ahead and load effect chain. And this one's the bass, which is...
Look at all those.
Damn.
Look at all those we got.
Dude, there's so many free presets on our website, guys.
So many.
We're going to try to organize them maybe into like a thing if you guys want. Let's see.
Sometimes we see people just like download like all of them.
Yeah.
I think it's like 65.
Which is crazy. Where is this fucking effect chain? I thought I saved it. What is it called?
Matroda. Quix Matroda.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
bass.
there it is.
I'm blind today.
We're thinking of Matroda instead of Q. I think.
All right, I'm going to turn everything off real quick. Okay, so first thing we have is Hyperdimension with the rate at 40%, detune at 25, unisons at 2, and the mix is all the way down. I guess it's not doing anything. Size at 9% and mix at 22%, and then that's it. No LFOH. For the distortion, let's hear how that sounds. That's just kind of widening out the bass a little bit.
Yeah, I think we did it just a little bit.
Yeah, a tiny bit, just to spread it.
Yeah.
I think I turned the master down just a little bit, so you can do that. For the distortion, we're using Soft Clip. Thank you, Parker, for that nice little tip.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go ahead and put that on the drive for LFO1, onto the drive, the Soft Clip. So that's going to go to 20. So as this sound is playing, the LFO will be, at this point right here, it'll be the loudest, or not the loudest, where I have it set at, right? So I don't know if that explains.
The most distortion.
The most distortion, yeah. Nice. Cool. Next, we have a phaser. The rate all the way down. We're using the phaser like a filter, like one of the phase filters that you could find in Serum too. We have the rate all the way down. That's kind of the trick to be able to use it as a filter. One of the things you can do. Depth is at 35%. Frequency is at 252. Feedback's at 80. Phase is at 186. Skateboard trick. And mix is at 0. So we're going to put LFO on the mix, and we're going to pull that back down to 19. How old I am.
Dude, that's how old I am too.
Dude, I wish I was fucking 19 again.
You are 19.
I am
bud.
19, thank you. Being 19 was so tight.
Dude, it was crazy.
Getting off topic. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got a lot of sounds today.
Okay, let's hear that sounding. Nice. Okay, next we got some multiband compression. So go ahead and turn on your compressor and turn on multiband. I'm going to go ahead and turn ours on. Threshold is at 18/1. Yeah, ratios at limit. So we're basically turning this into a limiter. 90 milliseconds for the attack, 90 milliseconds for the release, 11.6 dB on the gain, and the mix is at 80 sevs. So that's sounding like a little crunchy. So what we did is we added a bandpass filter, which is what's next. The cutoff's at 101 hertz. Resonance is at 3%. Drives at 89. Frequencies at 3/3, and pans at 50.
Carving the sound.
Carving it out, bro. We're going to turn LFO1 on the cutoff, and it's going to go shift option or shift, shift Windows click like that. What is that set to? 70 sevs?
Yeah.
Sev sevs?
Sev sevs.
Sev sevs. I'm going to turn it up to sev sevs. Should be sounding like this. Nice.
We got some on the mix too?
Yeah, I guess I just have it on. What is the mix at?
23?
No, what's the knob at? Weird. Okay, whatever. So just do that. I don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It's to 23, sure.
Maybe because it's going beyond 100%.
Yeah, it's beyond 100.
Just can't see it.
I don't know if it made a difference. Maybe it did. I don't know. So that's pretty much it for this sound. We're going to go ahead and do some processing next. So I'm going to pull down the rack that I have saved. All our racks are in our download description. Use them on your other sounds. It could be really useful for you guys. I recommend doing that. And I'll just explain it too. Yeah, this kind of made a huge difference. This is kind of a cool rack to use on anything. This is just kind of like a over-the-top fat rack.
Just so fucking over the top.
Yeah, it's dubs over tops. Dubs over tops. That's what I should have named it. I'm spitting all over his fucking microphone.
God damn it.
Okay, so basically what we have here, people, let me move that over so you can see, is we just have two OTTs. Thank you, Baker. Oh, yeah, can you move it over just a little bit? Or is that possible? Meow. Perfect.
Boom.
Okay, I have the highs and highs turned off on this, and I just have mids and lows. So that means that I'm only doing multiband compression on the mids and lows. So the highs are staying the same because this sound doesn't have a lot of highs in it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bring those out. So I have some mids being pulled up and the lows being pulled up. This is all stock on OTT. That's at 41%. You can go ahead and add another OTT right here and do kind of the same thing, except just do it on the lows. That's what we did because we just wanted more lows in it. The mids are turned off, as you can see. So we're just kind of compressing just the low frequencies on this one. And this one is set to 68% with some more lows pulled out. It sounds like this. Nice.
And the cool... Oh, yeah. I can't wait to get to that sound. The cool thing about putting a second OTT on there on just the lows is you're expanding what's already been compressed.
Exactly.
So, you know, if you did it to 100%, it would probably be too much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really nice to expand what you already have, especially because it's a low frequency and there's a lot of stuff going down there in this sound.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm like getting this all
you have
set
to
up.
you have to bring out the lower frequencies without adding any saturation to the high end.
Yeah.
And that's what's really cool about that sound is like he did it. He made this huge giant sound.
Right.
But that's probably why he maybe that that he left it out for that. It was just whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah, it's so simple.
If he added some other stuff to it, it might not come through.
And and it's like it's so like it's just one sound right there.
Yeah,
that's it. It's like so simple and perfect. Okay, so now we got we're gonna go ahead and do the lead right now, and I actually if you guys check out our Cartel pack, segue into Cartel.
Segue.
Our Cartel pack, it's actually this sound originated from that I remade it from. I took one of our presets that I've remade called Leaky Pipes. And that sound is a really cool sound. We've used it before in our like how to write a trap drop for Cartel.
Yeah.
That sound is a really cool sound. There's a lot of sounds like that in that pack. There's like 90 presets. So I took that sound and I was able to manipulate it to be this Quix sound, which is really
there's
cool.
probably like 20 different variations just in that one. Yeah. There's probably more than 20 just in that one preset that we made.
Exactly.
It's craziness.
There's so much stuff. You just fuck around, turn some knobs.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and let's make this this guy for you. So the first thing we're gonna do is I got Serum loaded up. I got the MIDI loaded down. Let's hear how it sounds. Okay. I have the pitch bend automating down. You can see here it's going down. What? Let me close this one up because that one's not being used. This one's going down 6 semitones. So let's go ahead and do that first. And I'm gonna turn on the automation so we can get that. Because sometimes if you're trying to remake a sound, make sure you get the pitch sometimes first. That could be very helpful. Nugs of Notch, smoke that shit up, dude.
Oh I love doing it first.
Pack a bowl of knowledge. When you're remaking a synth, try focusing on the pitch first. I find and the pitch and the MIDI are the most important parts in remaking a synth. Because if you get those things right first, those are like the key points to be able, like that's the foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I always start with that.
Me
if
too.
You're asking me. Spit my fucking gum out. Smoke that shit.
Smoke that shit.
Snap it.
Clear it.
Pass it to your buddy.
Pass it to your buds.
Right?
Your producer buds.
Lace it with cocaine. I mean,
no.
Don't smoke cocaine.
No, don't do that.
Don't smoke cracks.
Please don't.
Okay. God, we're never going to get monetized.
Never. Zero monetization.
Hey, YouTube.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, YouTube.
Okay, so first things first, let's go Oscillator A, and let's do basic shapes. And this one's going to be set to a triangle, so I'm going to put that there. Set it to +1 for the octave. Leave all this the same. Random's the same. Level all the way down. Turn that shit down. And we're going to FM from B. This is going to be a complicated sound, but we're going to do it. And what's that set at? 35%. It's 35%. Perfect. Next, for Oscillator B, we're going to do basic shapes again. Always basic. See how much sound? I mean, I got to say 90% of our videos are made with basic shapes.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
I agree.
Most of the guys that are making these sounds are not like trying to get crazy. Sometimes they are. Maybe like Company and stuff like that. But
totally.
But they're just or Virtual
custom
Riot
tables and stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like most of these like sounds are just pretty much basic shapes. So yeah, let me go back to basic shapes, and I'm gonna leave this on sine just like so. This is gonna get some weirdness. I will show you why in a second. I'm gonna put this to +1 on the octave. I'm gonna put the fine tune up to 100. Now this is essentially gonna make the sound at 1 semitone up, I believe. No, 1 semitone down. I don't know. You fucking figure it out. Anyway, it's gonna kind of fuck with the pitch where you play it, but just play it where it sounds good in your song. That's all that really matters. Okay, so the fine tune's up to 100%, and the octave's down. The octave's up 1. So technically, that should make it to 1 semitone up, right?
Yeah.
But what happens is when you're messing with the semitone, if I put it to +1 and I turn the fine tune all the way down, it sounds different. And the reason that is, smoke a bowl of knowledge, is because there's different algorithms in how these things work.
Yeah.
You like that?
I was just about to say that. Just about to say it, yeah.
Got to it first. Okay. But I'll show you what it sounds like if there's time, like the difference. But you can play with it and see. Okay, so this is looking good. +1 at 100. I'm going to go ahead and leave all this the same. This is all fine. I'm going to set the warping to sync, no window, and I'm going to put the sync knob at 1.37. So this is kind of, I don't know if it's like duplicating the wave or what it's doing, but it gives it higher pitch. Let's hear that sounding. It's probably going to sound like shit. No, that's the old one. that pitch is so important to have it. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's get some cool sound out of here. We're going to turn the level all the way down on this one because it's going to be FMing into this one. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make not our first thing, I'm a little farther back. I'm going to go ahead and make this LFO. So this LFO, I have it to like right here. And this is kind of interesting. I'll kind of explain some of this too. Make this shape. So it's not going all the way up, and I'll show you why in a second. I'm going to go ahead and make this just like so. Another tiny little spine jump. Yeah. Set this to trigger and leave it on the quarter notes. I'm going to go ahead and put this on Oscillator A's level. I'm going to put it on the FM knob for Oscillator A. I'm going to set that back to 20. Parker's like, that was like how I felt when you were doing your video. I was like, how do I do this? Going? Yeah, I really appreciate it.
It was a glitch in the Matrix. It was a glitch in the Matrix, guys.
So that's at 20. And then let's also put it on the sync of Oscillator B and set that to 15.
16.
I
moved it.
Thank you.
Neo.
Thank you for being honest.
I'm Neo, dude.
So let's see how this sounds. It's kind of almost there already.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of weird. Now, technically, I could put this knob all the way up, right? And then change, because since it's not going all the way up to the top of the LFO screen, that means that even though the LFO is all the way up, right? That means that it's stopping beforehand, right?
Yeah, it's stopping at like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, normally I just do the whole thing, but what happened was when I was remaking this sound, I was finding that it was pulling in too much highs, so I adjusted the LFO down just a little bit.
Interesting.
Instead of just like being like sometimes like this is adjusting the level of the volume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of where it's coming in at. And it's hard to see, but like this is not going all the way to the light because it's not all the way to the top.
Totally.
Hopefully that gives you guys an understanding of LFOs a little bit better.
I think that's what a lot of people miss in this kind of stuff, because that's personally what my biggest problem was, and I just couldn't conceptualize like what the knob and the LFO was when I was first starting off. I was just like, what does this mean?
Yeah, that's what's great about Serum though, is it's super visual and you can kind of see, but it doesn't necessarily always mean that you're always going to be, that's like I adjusted this. I was like, oh, that's too much. Let me turn this down instead of turning the actual level down.
It's like a percent of a percent of a percent.
Yeah, exactly. Algorithms and fucking computers.
Algos.
I don't know anything about computers.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, so looks good. Okay, cool. Let's get into the filter. So filter we're using today is a reverb filter. So I'm going to go to miscellaneous, reverb, and I'm going to make sure both A and B are going to the filter. So I'm saying, hey, oscillator A, go to the filter. Oscillator B, go to the filter. And I'm also going to put this on key tracking, so it's going to keep it wherever the note is hit. It's going to keep the pitch, the relative pitch of that sound. I'm going to set the cutoff to 557. 557. How do you say that? 557.
557.
557.
Easy. There you go.
That was so tight.
What are you talking about?
You smoked my ass.
Just struggling through.
Just 557. That's how you say it. Okay, so I got it at 550. I can't get it to 557. Come on. It didn't update Serum. No. Don't judge me. Everyone's going to hate me in the comments. 559. Perfect. Okay, resonance is going to be set to 78%. That's exact. Sevs 8s. Drive is going to be set to almost about noon, but like 49? 46. Damp is all the way down, and mix all the way up. Pan is where it's at. Okay, that looks good. Let's go ahead and put, we're going to make another LFO, right, Parker?
Yep, we're making one more.
Yeah, this is always fun, too. If you make 2 LFOs and like you make one of them do different stuff on the filter, that'll get some interesting shit. Damn, I'm fucking smoking up so much Nodge in this fucking
Dude, you're
video.
high on Nodge, dude.
I'm so high on Nodge. Okay, I'm going to pull this one like this. Just over. I'm going to set it to trigger. This was a fun LFO because it's like I just like to hold down the key and it creates different tones every time. That's what this one kind of does. I'm going to set it to 2 bar, and I'm going to put it on the cutoff and set the cutoff set this LFO to -9. Right? Did I get it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then I'm also going to put this on the resonance, and that's going to be set to -11, so it's going to go backwards to 11. Let's hear how that's sounding. Nice. Cool. Is it on anything else? No? Okay.
Nope.
Also, make sure it's on mono, and we're going to put on always for portamento. Portamento is like the glide in Serum. That's set to what? Says 4s. 7 4s. We're almost there, dude.
Dude, we're killing it.
That's fine. Pitch bend at -6. Yeah, I already did that. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and let's get into the effects. Hopefully I didn't forget anything on there, but it's possible I did. Okay, so effects, I'm going to go ahead and load effect chain.
Load them on up.
Save your effect chains, kids. Super helpful. Okay, Quix Matroda lead. Just like so. Perfect. All right, I'm going to start going through one by one. Turn all this shit off. All right, cool. So first thing we have is a chorus. This was kind of used as like to make it more metallic and a little bit more wide, but not too much. Because this sound is it's wide, but it's also very middle. Because it's when it's playing by itself, if it was super wide, it sounds super thin. So I think that's why it's a little bit more narrow. Me and Parker were kind of arguing over that before.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds so direct. And you're like, dude, it's wide as fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, no, dude. And
you were
like,
right, though. We found a happy medium.
Yeah, we did.
For sure. Okay, so LFO 1 is going to go on the chorus. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me tell you where it's at. Chorus 1, rate's at 0. Delay 1's at 0.1. Delay 2's at 0. Depth's at 26. Feedback's at 14. LPF, low pass filters at 1,000. And mix is all the way down. We're going to put LFO 1 on the mix knob like so. I'm going to pull this back down to... Parker's asleep at the wheel. 32.
32.
I give you so much shit. Like, I fucked up so bad when you were doing yours.
Yeah, you were like,
what? Okay, hard clip for the distortion is what's next. We have this at 60%, and it's on pre, so I have this little filter like so, and that's at, what was that at? I fucked it up. 85 is what I have it at, but it doesn't really matter. It's fine. And 0.1 for the Q, it's set to high pass. So this is a filter for the distortion, but this is also filtering it, filtering the actual sound too a little bit. So it's cutting out some lows. Mix knob, drive is at 60 and the mix knob is at 10%. And we're also going to put LFO 1 on the drive, on the mix knob of the distortion. And that's going to go almost all the way up to 83 is what we're looking at. Cool. Let's hear how that's sounding so far. Nice. Cool. Next thing we got is a comb minus. This is probably one of my favorite filters to use. I really like using it a lot. I suggest you use it. We use it in a lot of videos. I usually can tell it right away. Yeah. Reverb filter's cool, but I don't know. I like the combs and the phase flanges lately. I've been kind of switching it up. Switch it up sometimes. Try to make a sound with like a filter you've never used before, and that'll help you learn sound design.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because then if somebody else uses it, you are like, oh, that's that one filter.
Well, yeah, that's also a way for you to get your own sound. Like, try to do some weird shit in Serum. Like, even if it sounds like shit, like, just try to come up with a new method of doing something. You know? Like, who knows? It might come out with something really cool.
Your signature sound.
Exactly. Signature Series, Volume 4, coming soon.
There you go.
Shameless plug. Okay, I'm going to turn the comb filter on. Cutoff, comb minus, cutoff's at 35, resonance at 58, drives all the way down, pans at 50, and mix knob is at 60%. LFO 1 is on the mix knob, and it's going all the way down. So it's shutting off the sound, shutting off the filter by the time it gets to here. Sounds like this. I love that filter.
So good.
Listen with it. Without it. So like spacey, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have a Hyperdimension on. This is just a little bit of width because we didn't want to do too much. The hyper, the rate's at 31, detune's at 62, mix is at 32 with unison at 4, size all the way down at 0, and mix at 64. Next we have, let's hear how that sounds so they can hear it's a wide tab. It's a little bit wider. You can hear it both left and ears tickling, dancing in your ears.
I think we put LFO 2 on the comb minus.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and put it on. LFO 2 is going to be on the resonance. This does a lot too. This is kind of an interesting thing. Set this to minus 33, so it's going left. Yeah, that's how that sounds. If you turn off trigger, it gets really weird. Watch this. Oh, wait, no, I mean... Yeah, turn it off. Hear how it's different every time?
Yeah.
I love that. That's what's cool if you make like an LFO like that, like to kind of put on like resonances of filters and stuff like that, especially if it's like comb or reverb or anything like that.
That's really like random.
Every time, it's like I don't know. Every time you hit it, it's gonna sound different, you know. And that's I think really important for a lot of these like drop sounds. It's like they have to, you know, they're like this sound is by itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you have a filter like this, that's kind of causing the sound to be different every time. It's gonna make it more interesting for the listener.
Yeah, and you might want to resample it too, because you never know if it's gonna happen again. Like
100%.
if you could make that sound again. Have that shit always on.
Smoke
when
that
you're sound
shit
designing.
up, dude.
Yeah, smoke that shit.
There's like 7 nugs in here, dude. So high on knowledge.
Fucking high on notch, dude.
Okay. so stupid.
So stupid.
Okay. Hyperdimension.
Yeah.
No, we already did that. Yeah. Thank you for bringing me back.
Fazera, dude.
Fazera. My Fazera. Okay. Rate all the way down, using this as a filter as well. Depth at 94. Frequency at 192. Great bit rate. Terrible producer
Shout
joke.
out, Avid.
Shout out, Avid.
We haven't made that one in a while.
0% for the feedback. Phase at 180, and the mix is at 24. There's an LFO. LFO 1 is on the frequency. You fucked it up, dude.
It's on 7.
Sebs.
Yeah, Sebs.
You don't even know how to say it, dude. Dumb. Sebs, dude. Sebs, dude. Sebs, perfect. Okay, and then lastly, we have a multiband compressor crushing this motherfucker. Thresholds at 18/1, ratios at 4/1, attacks at 90, release is at 90, gain is at 8.6, and the mix is all the way up. It sounds like this. Nice. Cool. Go ahead and click on LFO2 for me. We got to do some cleanup stuff. Okay, so LFO2 is on the resonance. We got that. Oh, it's on the cutoff too. So go ahead and put LFO2 on the cutoff. That's going to be set to 3.
Little adjustments.
Just a little tiny smidge. Probably doesn't matter. Okay, let's go up more. I got to do one more LFO for that one. There's probably one on there somewhere. Filter. Okay, B warp. Did I get that? Oscillator. B warp. No, I didn't. Okay, perfect. So go back to the main page. And we're going to put this on the sync knob of Oscillator B. So we have 2 LFOs on that, and that's set to -5. Excuse you, sir.
I coughed, but thank you.
Perfect. Nice.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Killing it. Okay, so that's it for this sound. We're going to go ahead and start getting into the processing of it. It's pretty simple. Just needed a little bit saturation and overdrive and a little bit of OTT. Oh, let me explain what I was talking to you about the fine tune too, since we're doing pretty good on time.
Yeah.
Okay, the fine tune. So let's watch this. How can I show this in an example? If I take this fine tune and I put it all the way down to 0, right? Let's play it. It's down a semitone, but if I put the semitone back up 1, now that sounds fine, right? But, right, mind you, if I put this at 100, so what did I put it up? With semitone up 1?
Yeah. There's less lows.
Right, so listen to that. So I'm going to move this down to 0, okay? And then I'm going to move the MIDI up 1 semitone.
Wait, it's at -1.
It is?
Yeah.
Damn it, Parker.
You just missed it by like 1.
I'm like blaming you. No, that's fine. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't want to fuck with it. Okay, so I'm going to thank you for that, though. I appreciate it. So I'm just going to select all these. I'm going to put them up 1 semitone, just like essentially that's what it's doing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Sounds
3
totally
different
different.
ways to pitch it up.
I don't know why. It sounds totally different, though. That fine tune is doing something.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this back up to 100. You hear the difference?
Yeah.
And that's what it's doing. The fine tune's just going up 1 semitone.
It's pretty interesting.
At 100 at least. So it's kind of a cool little thing. I just want to show you guys. It's why algorithms are different. You know what I mean? They make different sounds. So like if you want to take up an octave and then take it down 12 semitones, like try it. You might get a different characteristic. Okay, so I'm going to close this out. Let's go through the processing. I'm going to turn this rack on. It's pretty simple. We have a saturator. Regular stock, pretty much everything is stock, except we have it boosted at 6.29 dB for the drive, and the dry wet is at 78.6, and soft clip on. I have an overdrive on as well at 1%, but drive and tone all the way up, and a little bit of filtering at 4.40 and 8.65 for the Q. Dynamics is at 59%. That's the compressor in the overdrive, which is why it's a great a great little tool.
Great little plug.
And then OTT to make it bigger. OTT, like I normally do, just pull the highs and mids out, and at 41%. Pull the highs, pull the mids. Sounds like this.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is I'm pretty sure Quix uses FL Studio.
Oh, you're
I'm
right.
pretty sure he does. So, it's interesting to see kind of like what he might have did.
Well, he should use Ableton.
Yeah, he should.
No, FL's tight.
Yeah, no, FL is cool. But I don't know what their like stock plugs do.
They have
like,
a lot of great
if they have like a nice overdrive.
Everybody always wants what other, you always want what you can't have. You know what I mean? Like we want gross speed, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
want OTT or fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
I want
true.
Soundgoodizer. That thing's awesome.
What's Soundgoodizer?
It's one of the plugins in FL. It just makes everything sound good. Carnage just puts like 4 of them on and masters it.
God
It's
damn.
tight. Yeah. Shout out Carnage. His shit sounds good, bro. He did a track with Lil Pump.
Yeah, it sounded dope.
So, fuck the haters. Okay, lastly, let's get into this 808. Again, don't forget, all these presets are in the download description for you below. If you want to take them, go ahead and have them. If you want to remake them with us, go for it. And all the racks that we're making too are in there as well. Okay, so for this 808, it's pretty simple. I'm going to go ahead and make a new... I'm just going to duplicate this, actually. Duplicate that. I'm going to change this to 808.2. Duplicates Command D, by the way, if you didn't know that. I'm going to turn this one off. And I'm going to turn off the processing on this one so we don't get confused. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and initiate it. This is like a super simple 808 to make. I'm going to pull it over here so you guys can see it a little bit better. Make that really big because it's a fat 808. And I'm going to go ahead and initiate it. Sounds like this. Cool. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the sub. We're going to put it on a triangle. This is kind of what I was explaining before with like the rhythm-y basses, messing around with like different sub than just like sine or parabolic. So I have this set to 0 and it's set to triangle wave with the level all the way up. First things first. And then the next thing I have is it's set to analog and basic shapes. And I have it on sine wave, zeros across the board. All this is the same, level's the same. Yes, this is pretty much stock. I'm not using any LFOs. It sounds like this so far. Now it just sounds like a fat 808. Wait. Even that's like a pretty good 808.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we're going to do a little bit of effects. Oh, I'm sorry. Make sure you put it on mono because this is an 808. We want it to be mono. Okay, so for this, it's pretty simple. It's just a little bit of, or a lot of bit of distortion. I set this to 0 square, which is kind of like I don't know if it's like a bit crush, but it's not.
Like a redux.
It's like a redux or something. I don't know. And the drive is stock, and the mix is stock, and it sounds like this. Pretty much it. Now, when I was doing this,
sick.
I was like, this is cool. This sounds really great. That's like the high end of it, but I need more low end. So what I did is I went in and processed it a little bit more, and we're going to get into the processing right now. I added Kick-Tight, just a stock Kick-Tight. It's a stock plugin you can search by going like this. Kick-Tight. It's great for 808s. Sometimes it adds too much bass, so you want to be careful with it. Or if you like overdrive your basses too much, like a lot of times I put overdrive on my bass, that overdrive filter cuts those lows off. I want to bring it back up.
Yeah.
So I use Kick-Tight to bring it back in. You
Sometimes
can adjust.
The Q is a little hard to adjust in overdrive as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So Kick-Tight is an audio effect preset for Corpus. I have it just pretty much. I'm sorry. I set it to F sharp because that's I believe what it's playing at, which is 47.02, and dry wet's at 37%. I don't think I changed anything, and it sounds like this. Hear that low end come back in?
Yeah.
It's like our bass for waves.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. So that's what that's doing.
I kind of like this better than our bass.
I love this way better than our bass. I struggled with 808s for so long, guys. It's just saturate it, right?
Every tutorial is like our bass, voice of God.
It's all this shit.
All this crazy shit. They're like, this is the end all be all 808 plug, and it's like
this 808 sounds crazy because it's just distorted. It's like it's like a little pump or like a big head 808. You know what I mean? It's just when you're distorting something, a lot of times distortions have like filters on them, and so you're kind of losing that low end. Just bring it back. If you don't have kick tight, you have FL or something, like just EQ it, boost it like fucking 20 dB. It doesn't matter as long as it sounds good.
Yeah.
And like overdrive and saturate, and you'll always get a good 808. Like that's how simple it is. Like all this is it's two waveforms. It's a triangle and a sine wave. Not doing anything special.
Yeah.
And then I have some distortion, and I have the lows bringing back in, and a little bit more with this saturator right here. This is set to medium curve. This is all stock, except I turned the depth down 9.52. I've been messing with the depth. This is kind of crazy. It's kind of like a wideness knob. I can kind of show it. Will you scooch over to that satch for us, Bakes?
Scooching the satch.
Whoa. Scooch that satch over.
Scooching the satch
Don't
over.
give Pinkman any ideas.
Yeah, I know, right?
Damn, that was gross. Okay. Oh yeah. Shout out Cashew. Hey buddy, I love you. Thank you for requesting Matroda. Yeah, thanks. I made you zoom in. You're gonna have to zoom back. But Cashew has been requesting us to do a Matroda track forever.
Yeah, forever.
This one's for you, buddy. Okay, so let's go back into the saturator real quick, and we'll finish up this video. Saturator is at medium curve 1.69 and the depth at 9.52 and dry wet at 26.2. This depth knob, let's listen to it, right? I should probably solo it. I'm gonna turn it up. You hear it kind of moving in your ears?
Yeah, it's kind of like phase.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. 9.62, is that what I had it at? Whatever, I think it was like that. I have the soft clip on, which is the limiter, and the dry wet 26.2. And then right here is all it is a sidechain, which you guys know how to do, hopefully. If not, we can do a video on it if you really don't. Okay, cool. So let's hear how everything sounds together. What do you say, Parks?
That shit sounds apt.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah,
That's
dude.
how you fucking do it.
That's how you fucking do it,
If you guys like those sounds, make sure you guys check out our Cartel pack. If you like doing trap or hybrid trap or future bass even too, like Quix or like Boombox Cartel, this is a great pack for you. It's got 90 presets, and it's got over 350 samples, I think. It's
a huge pack, yeah.
Including the signature series. There's a project file in there. And also, too, not to be, outdid by its younger brother, Future Bass, which we have out too, which we have the promo out for right now for you guys, which is, what's the promo code?
Excellent Sevs 5s 25. We're putting it in the description for you guys.
It'll be in the description, so if you guys want to get a deal on that right now, it's a really good deal.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, if you guys like this style of music, I would definitely recommend getting that pack. I worked really hard on it. We all worked really hard on it, and we made the presets. There's so many people have given us great reviews on it. I mean, so many people seem to be pretty stoked. Make sure you guys are emailing us if you want to have feedback. We have xlntfeedback@gmail.com. We're going to play a track by somebody in here in just a second. We are looking for tracks to play. We'll try to give you guys feedback too as well. Just be patient with us. It takes us a little bit.
Yeah.
Make sure you send us a private SoundCloud link if possible, so we don't have to download, because that gets a little overbearing. Also, too, if you do, with this gentleman here, he sent us a song that's fucking really dope, and hopefully by the time this plays, I'll have his SoundCloud information. But he didn't send his SoundCloud information. I tried looking for it, so he's dope. His name is, I already forgot it, Bounds, like !8. I wish I could show you SoundCloud. But yeah, like if you're going to send it, this is just for you guys too. If you're sending it out to anybody, like most people don't want to, you can send us like long emails or whatever. Like I'll read them. You know what I mean? If I have time, I promise you, I'll do my best to read and respond as best as I possibly can. But most people, that if you're sending this out to industry, like the way to send it is just like a simple sentence about who you are or where you're from, right? What style of music you make, and a private SoundCloud link. Or if you have a song that's already out, that's fine too. Try to stick away from sending out remixes unless you're sending them to your friends or other DJs to play. But if you're sending it to somebody in the industry, like a manager or a label, they don't really tend to necessarily care for that.
They want originals.
They want original. They want to see what you do. And just make it simple, short, because they're busy people. They just want to read it. And make sure you put your contact info in there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Super easy.
Super easy. Just make sure you guys do that. Make sure to.
Very important.
We're trying to get the excellent subs and wubs going. We're on there. We're commenting. Like I made a comment. Like if you guys have requests for videos, like hit me up. Like, let me know what you guys want.
Yeah.
We're trying to get feedback in there too. Hopefully you guys can be helpful to each other. We have a whole community here. I think that's really important. So make sure you guys are liked and subscribed. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Make sure you check out our packs. All our free downloads are on our website. Just go to our website, www.excellencesound.com.
Go check it out.
Yeah, go check it out. And there's tons of free shit there. Even if you don't want to buy anything, that's fine. There's tons of free stuff.
There's something for somebody.
Something for somebody. Let's go ahead and play Bound. It's BOUND !8. And bro, if you're in the comments, like comment your SoundCloud so people can check you out, bro.
Exactly.
Because your shit's dope. So let's go ahead and play this bitch out of here. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you, Beka. Thank you, Nick. Show yourselves.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Am I forgetting anything?
No, I think we nailed it.
Limited like, saturated sub, compressed comment. Let's get the fuck out of here. See you guys next time. Check out Bound, people. Bound !8. Bound 18, maybe? If you can find him. Where you at, bro? Shit's dope.
Comment down below.
We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.